Today on SLEDHEAD 24/7, we evaluate an Arctic cat that's near perfection. The XF High Country 800's a crossover that offers more versatility than ever before. Traverse City, Michigan offers world-class riding along the shores of Lake Michigan. This one-of-a-kind destination offers a world-class getaway with plenty to do after a long day on the trail. Speedworks has multiple options for two-stroke riders that want more boost. We head to Idaho to ride and test their bolt-on supercharger kits for the Arctic Cat 800. And we head to Wyoming to attend the Next Level Riding Clinic with Dan Adams. SLEDHEAD 24/7 starts right now.
I'm your host, Misha Johnson, here with my boys, Mac and Fish.
Oh my goodness, what have you guys gotten into?
Last thing left, I think we gotta just see if it runs.
Greetings everyone, and welcome to your favorite snowmobile show, SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, along with my co-hosts, Paul Mack and Jeff Fisher. And today, we are reporting from the trail with our fleet of amazing demo sleds.
That's right, Misha. These are some of the best snowmobiles money can buy. We've got the Polaris Assault, the Skidoo Renegade, the Arctic Cat XF 800. These things are amazing, Fish.
Yeah, you know, we've been riding them, evaluating them, and now we're just here to tell you what we like and what we don't like about these.
That's right. Coming up next, we're going to evaluate one of our test sleds. Take a look at this.
There are more choices than ever when it comes to choosing a crossover snowmobile. Some crossovers are geared toward on-trail performance, while others are equipped for better off-trail capabilities. From the mountains to the trails, we put the Arctic Cat ProClimb XF 800 High Country to the test.
Crossovers to me, if I'm buying one snowmobile, absolutely it. 3 or 4 years ago, I was a short track guy. If you want to be nimble, you want to be quick, you want to throw it around the trails, you got to have a short track, right? Wrong, not anymore. This is the way to go.
That thing does everything very well. We had it out in the mountains, and just with this change of clutch weights, we were at 8,000 to 10,000 feet and it ran flawless. No jetting, no springs, no helix, no gearing, and the thing works well all around.
It goes through snow like a mountain sled, which actually it is the mountain chassis. It is the ProClimb chassis with a wider front end. What does that mean? Just that. It's a mountain chassis, works great out in the mountains, but when you bring it back here in the Midwest or anywhere it's flatland, it handles amazing.
What's fun with this cat is it's still a trail sled, but very maneuverable in the snow. What's fun about this Arctic Cat is, yet it's the mountain sled, but this is the high country, and it's actually the mountain chassis, but with the trail front end, a little wider front end, which helps it lay real flat in the trails, but yet the guys that want to go boondocking or even do an occasional mountain trip, this is a nice ride for that. Have my friend Shar Limbeck here. She's out riding, doing some riding with us. We've had a chance to put some miles on this XF 800 Arctic Cat. What do you think?
It's a great sled. I love it.
What other sleds have you been riding?
I ride a 2003 F7.
So what do you notice the biggest difference from your F7 to this?
Well, it's definitely the rider forward thing. It's way different than the F7.
To make it easier, harder, you think?
I think it's easier. I mean, it doesn't take much to turn it.
Sure.
It's got a lot of power and it works well. I love my F7. I've ridden it for many years, but this new sled makes things so much different. I might have found my new love.
My overall impression on the high country is it's a great boondocker, backcountry, and the guy going occasionally out west, it works mint for all of that stuff.
If you want a sled that does it all and goes through the mountains a little bit better than most crossovers, the Arctic Cat High Country is the one.
Wow, those crossover sleds do it all nowadays, you guys. I mean, from the deep powder without compromising any of their trail manners. I just love it. Way to go, Arctic Cat. Well, all right, sled fans, stay right where you are because SLEDHEAD 24/7 will be right back.
When we return, tag along for a destination ride through the North Woods of Michigan. From tall pines to one-of-a-kind getaways, experience how lake effect snow produces perfect trails. We catch up with Speedworks as they test their supercharger on the two-stroke 800 from Arctic Cat. And we ride with Dan Adams as he puts us through his next-level riding clinic. Stay tuned. SLEDHEAD 24/7 is brought to you by FXR, world-class outerwear, Stud Boy, traction with an attitude, by Spy Optics, and by Polaris, terrain domination.
Welcome back to SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, and coming up next is a riding destination that you do not want to miss. Now, if you love to snowmobile, chances are you have heard of the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. But have you ever ridden in the lower part of Michigan? Well, if not, say hello to Traverse City.
Welcome to Michigan's legendary Big Snow Country. Great riding amid tall pines and natural beauty. Northern Michigan and the Traverse City area are blessed with plenty of snow and a massive trail system that makes this region a must-ride on your destination bucket list.
It's kind of a little bit of what I call a hidden secret. It's got a little bit less traffic. They take care of the trails a little bit better. And the nice thing is it's not quite as hectic. You got a lot of vistas. There's a lot of rolling hills. It's a wide variety of terrain.
Traverse City sits on the shores of mighty Lake Michigan. Because of all that lake effect snow, they average close to 100 inches of snow a year. Good news if you love to ride. Michigan's all about snowmobiles, with close to 400,000 registered sleds and more than 6,000 miles of trails in the state. One reason for that great trail system, a legion of local snowmobile clubs and volunteers who work year-round to groom the trails. This labor of love brings everyone a little closer.
Groom them in the wintertime and brush them.
They take great care of their trails. The groomers are out a lot. Kudos to them.
You got to remember that someone volunteered their personal time to be out here. You know, no one's getting paid for it. It's just the love and the passion of the sport.
A popular pit stop for riders near Traverse City is Ranch Rudolph. It's a dude ranch in the summer, but when the snow falls, horsepower of a different nature is the norm. Rooms, rental sleds, and a restaurant greet riders at the ranch. The perfect place to warm up and chow down in a woodsy setting. Comfort food rules, of course, including a series of mega-sized ranch burgers, Sammys that definitely require two hands. The trails travel to some remarkable places. Downtown Traverse City is a storybook small town with one-of-a-kind local shops and restaurants. It's also known as the cherry capital of the world, with the perfect soil and climate for growth, providing a reason to celebrate all things cherry.
It's kind of got the best of both worlds. I'm a big outdoor enthusiast, my wife not so much. But what's nice is when I ride my snowmobile all day long, we have the ability to meet up, have a nice dinner downtown.
Just down the trail is Grand Traverse Resort and Casino, a world-class getaway with plenty for riders to do after a day of riding.
Oh, the combination of snowmobiling and gaming is absolutely fabulous. And coming up to our corner of Michigan, we like to think because of the lake effect snow that we always have waiting for you, we like to kind of say that it's where Lady Luck and Mother Nature meet.
On this day, Turtle Creek Casino and Hotel hosted Amsoil Championship Snowcross. The world's greatest snowcross racers battled on an extreme track as thousands looked on. Meanwhile, back in the trail, the natural beauty and unique places to visit made it clear why we ride. Time spent on the trails of Traverse City takes us away to a simpler, less harried place.
The passion is, you're not thinking about work, you're thinking about the next turn, you're thinking about the scenery, you don't have to, think about the daily stress in your life, that's my release, so.
I mean, it's good memories for both of us to just one more thing that we do together, and I'm sure he'll always remember it.
For more information on our destinations ride, we've set up a link on SLEDHEAD24-7.com.
Those trails look like so much fun. Have you ever ridden there, Paul?
You know, I can honestly say I haven't been to Traverse City, Michigan before, but I've ridden all over the world, and now I know it's a destination I'm going to go to.
Wow, okay, so all of you riders at home, if you want to go to a place that Paul Mack himself has never been, Traverse City is where it's at. Well, all right, sledders, stay right where you are because SLEDHEAD 24/7 will be right back.
Still ahead, Speedworks has multiple options when it comes to boosting the Arctic Cat 800 two-stroke. We get the details on their bolt-on supercharger kit that adds over 50 horsepower on pump gas. And Polaris athlete Dan Adams brings us through his next-level riding clinic as Paul Mack gets educated in the backcountry.
Welcome back to SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, along with my co-host, The Fish. And right now, we're heading out west with our friends at Speedworks as they test the newest products for the mountain sled.
Yeah, they have a new product called the Supercharger, and they put it on the two-stroke 800 Arctic Cats. The thing is 210 horse on pump gas.
Instant power. I like the sound of that. Take a look at this.
It's common knowledge that Speedworks has their Arctic Cats dialed in. The Minnesota-based company proves their products perform on the snowcross track, hill climbs, and even for their consumers. But did you know they offer more than one way to boost the Arctic Cat 800 two-stroke to over 210 horsepower? We headed out west to learn about an alternative boost option from Speedworks.
Hey guys, Jeremy from Speedworks here. We're out in beautiful Idaho. Here in front of me we have 3 of our brand new Speedworks supercharger setups. We got 2 of them with the intercooler setup on here. We got another one without the intercooler. They're all pump gas units. The non-intercooled unit produces about 210 horsepower on premium pump gas. The setup with the intercooler, we run a little bit more boost, and we can get about 240 horsepower out of premium pump gas. So we got one of our Speedworks supercharger kits here with our intercooler setup on here. Again, this is about 240 horsepower on premium pump gas. This kit comes complete with the intercooler, the fan kit, the Power Commander 5 fuel controller, the supercharger itself, our air intake setup, Y-pipe, single pipe, muffler, all the necessary mounting brackets, things like that, larger injectors, complete clutching. I mean, it's a full 100% ready to bolt on package. We'll consult with you over the phone with your fuel mapping and boost needs, requirements, things like that. But that's pretty much what the kit comes with. I mean, it's a no questions asked type setup. This is the kit. This is what you need. There's no, can I go this way? Can I go that way? It's clean, it's cut, it's dry. For those of you that don't know, you know, this is the biggest, the baddest, the latest, and the greatest talked about thing on the snow. With these superchargers, I mean, the throttle response is uncomparable to anything else out there. This thing's flat out rip. The throttle response and the acceleration is flat out, there's no comparison to it. It's instant. By the time you get your thumb to the handlebar, your track speed is right up there where it should be, about at its maximum. I mean, you'll gain a little bit as you continue to climb. For boondocking, tree riding, side hill and climbing big chutes, stuff like that, I mean, these things are pretty much untouchable. Complete package, ready to go, right from when you get it from Speedworks. I mean, there's no questions, there's no, I need this, I need that. It's a complete kit right from Speedworks.
The Speedworks ProCharger Supercharger Kit comes as a complete bolt-on package. The ProCharger's low maintenance, lighter than stock, and best of all, requires 0 chassis modification to install. If you want instant boost for your Arctic Cat, check out Speedworks for their turnkey supercharger kit.
Those guys never cease to impress me. And you know, it's not every day you see a supercharger on a snowmobile.
No, that's right, you know, and with all the buzz about turbos, the superchargers do get overlooked a little bit. But if you want instant power, I mean, because it's driven by a belt, so it is just there. There's no spool up, but turbos take a second to go. If you want instant power, the supercharger is what you want to look at.
Instant power and no delay in throttle performance. I love it. Well, all right, sledders, stick around because we've got more SLEDHEAD 24/7 action coming your way.
Still ahead, we attend the Next Level Riding Clinic. Dan Adams teaches us avalanche awareness as we brush up on our mountain riding skills on the new Polaris Pro RMKs. SLEDHEAD 24/7 is brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Arctic Cat, Share our passion. Speedworks, straight up USA horsepower. By GoPro, Be a Hero, and by Skidoo.
Welcome back to SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, along with my co-host, Paul Mack. And you know, we could all use a lesson or two when it comes to riding in the backcountry.
You're absolutely right, Misha, and I am a prime example of that.
All right, now this begs the question because you're a former factory racer.
You know, it's a whole different ballgame when you're racing versus mountain riding, because I thought I really knew how to ride out west. I thought I had everything down, all the technique. I was completely wrong. There's so much I had to learn, and the only way to learn it is with Dan Adams at the Next Level Riding Clinic. Check this out. We're in Alpine, Wyoming, and we are at my favorite time of the year, favorite thing to do, obviously, sledding in the mountains at West. We're at the Next Level Riding Clinic with Dan Adams. Dan, brother, how are you doing, man? Thanks for having me out. I'm gonna let you take over and tell us what this is all about.
Awesome, thanks, Paul. Well, guys, Next Level Riding Clinics is all about the perfect opportunity, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced rider, to come out west, come enjoy some mountain riding with me, learn all the specific techniques that have taken me over 16 years to perfect, learn about avalanche safety and awareness. Guys are gonna come home, they're sore, they're tired, but they're super stoked to ride.
Let's see if you can break 16 years worth of my bad habits. Check it out.
Dan's clinic begins with an avalanche course, followed by drills focusing on dexterity, body position, and confidence-building skills.
So this is what happens, right? I set up, this is called a hallway drill. All I want people to do is go on a nice controlled side hill. I'm not looking for speed. I'm just looking for head up in control.
Dan's trying to get it. He's telling us what it does is help. He says, stay focused, look up. I catch myself looking down, and then you lose momentum, you lose what you're doing. So Dan's saying, stay focused, look up, don't look down, look ahead and stay on the gas, have momentum. That's what he's telling them right now.
Come on, get that leg moving, get that leg moving.
Well, this is awesome. Jordan, this has been an unbelievable experience. Tell me what your take is on it.
I tell you what, it's just great to be out here in the mountains, first of all, and doing what you love to do, and then to have Dan Adams, the Dan Adams, showing you how to do this stuff right, getting rid of your bad habits. It's just awesome. It builds so much confidence.
What did you get today? What was the hardest thing that you couldn't do before that now you're able to do today?
Well, it's just manipulating that sled on a hard slope with obstacles in your way. It freaks people out, and to have Dan there telling you exactly what to do based on the situation that you're in, it helps immensely.
Down in through the trees looking for some great snow, and we get to a spot where we've got a ravine on the bottom. Lots of power, Gary, lots of power. Move that foot, move that foot, move that foot.
What I really like about Dan is that it is a boot camp. It's not just go out and ride with him and watch him. He actually teaches you stuff. He does very little riding. It's all about us, not about Dan. I mean, it's what we can learn. He just loves to see people progress, get better at the sport. He wants everybody to ride great.
Yeah, Nick, move that foot, move that foot. Get that foot back, there it is. You know what, these guys are doing really well. Really well. I can tell fatigue's kind of getting involved just a little bit, but in terms of looking ahead, throttle control, guys are getting it for sure.
Part of the Next Level Riding Clinic is the simulated avalanche rescue. Dan buried a hidden beacon to use as a training exercise. For some, it's a wake-up call.
I just got up here, I had one eyewitness. The eyewitness said that there was one person buried. We are absolutely positive this person is wearing a beacon. Elect a leader and go.
Beacons and search, let's get in a straight line. Spread it out a little bit, guys. 50 yards wide. 17, 21, 12, 16, 18, 16, 19, 17, 16.
4 minutes, 15 seconds, guys.
There it is. There it is.
There we. So guys, you got to our buried backpack in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds, which in my opinion is really good. There is no high five, there is no fist pump. There really isn't anything exciting about this, right? This is just the reality that we face as mountain riders. And you guys, being at the level of rider that you guys are now completely aware that you are going to ride in avalanche conditions, right?
From avalanche preparation to the various riding exercises, Dan's no-nonsense approach elevates safety, confidence, and technique for any snowmobiler.
Dan, close us out on what we did today. It was amazing.
Yeah, you know what, Paul? Our guys did absolutely awesome today. Everybody signed up as an intermediate rider, and I think these guys definitely showed me that they're at that level for sure. Lots of improvement on day 3. Stoked to have them back out again.
You know, we're out here at the Next Level Riding Clinic. We've got Polaris RMKs. These things will take you anywhere you want to go. Remember, the name says it all. Next Level Riding Clinic with Dan Adams. Thanks, Dan.
Can't wait to have you back. Thank you.
Well, I don't know, Paul, that looked more like boot camp to me.
You know, it really was. I learned so much. The experience was incredible with Dan Adams. I had so many bad habits that he fortunately broke me of. Learning wrong foot forward, turning, the avalanche awareness is critical because we're all guilty of going out and not being properly prepared. It was an amazing experience.
You know, that's right. We are all guilty of gearing up, heading into the mountains. With the sleds that we have now, just go places that we never could get before and can get us into trouble real quick.
It's true. It's up to all of us to educate ourselves and take that avalanche awareness class and then educate everyone around us to be more aware. Well, you guys, that is unfortunately all the time we have for this edition of SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, along with my co-hosts, Paul Mack and Jeff Fisher. Make sure to visit us online at sledhead24-7.com or follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Next week on SLEDHEAD 24/7, we ride the newest sleds from Skidoo. Speedworks tests their products better than anyone. We go on a trail ride in the Midwest as they compare and test new products for 2014. We ride and evaluate the Polaris Switchback Assault. We perform a before and after comparison on our Skidoo Renegade. And we attend the world's largest vintage gathering. Those stories and more, all next week on SLEDHEAD 24/7.